What's going on, guys? It is in the afternoon already. You might notice two things. One, I didn't go into the office today. I'm just working from the house. Two, I'm not in the Fiat 124 Spider. I'm just running errands and driving my vehicle. So I don't know what this vlog is going to be about today so far, but I'm sure we'll figure something out. Some of the errands that I ran, I had to go drop off a lens that I sold on eBay. We can talk about that lens and why I sold it. And now I've just picked up some tacos for me and the wife, and I'm gonna take them home and we're gonna eat some real street tacos. And yeah, so I'll check back in later. First of all, before you even put anything in the comments, I know I've been talking about eating better and about working out, and I had street tacos for lunch today. I don't get to have lunch that often with my wife, so we like to eat street tacos. It just happened. Don't worry about it. Another great perk of working from the house is I get to pick up the kids from school. Just sitting here waiting for my son to get out of school. All right, so let's talk a little bit about lenses, in particular the one that I just sold. It was an EF-S 17 to 55 millimeter f2.8 lens. It was really good. I actually liked it a lot. It was image stabilized, USM motor in it, and I used it constantly when I was shooting with this. This is the Canon SL2. You can see it's a very small body, and this is what my primary video shooter was for my YouTube channel. Because it was so light and easy to use, but an image quality was good enough for what I needed. It's still there's a lot of, if you've got the exposure set correctly and everything, you really can't distinguish this from this bad boy, which is the Canon 60 Mark II. This is the full frame sensor. This is a cropped sensor. So the EF-S lens that I had was for a crop sensor and not for a full frame. So I could put this lens on this camera, but I couldn't put that lens on this camera. Got it? So I decided to sell it because I wasn't using this anymore. I got this camera with this lens. This is a 24 to 105 image stabilized lens. It's basically the kit lens that comes with the 60 Mark II. And it gives me the entire range that I need. On a crop sensor, that 17 millimeter ends up being about a 24. So this is at its widest point, about the same as far as the zoom and the depth of field goes. But it was a 2.8, which give you some really incredible depth of field there. So this camera, the reason I sold it was because it was a heavy lens, and on this small camera it was just a little bit too much. And this camera is now basically my wife's camera for doing photos of football games and stuff like that for the kids. So I also ordered her a new set of lenses. She has this one that we use. This is a pretty cheap 75 to 300 millimeter lens right there. That's what she uses for a lot of the sporting events that we kids go to and we shoot. So that's that one. And then obviously, like I said, this is the one I'm using now for the YouTube channel. It's bigger, it's heavier, but you got that full frame sensor, which is something that I'm incredibly happy about. It's got a good image quality. It's still a stabilized lens. So this basically replaced that lens I didn't need anymore. I sold it. I want to get another lens for this, a wider lens with a faster aperture, something like a 14, 16, 17 with a 1 point something aperture, just so that we get that even wider angle for vlogging style videos. This thing covers pretty much all the other ranges that I need. And if I need something longer than 105, I've got this thing as a backup, which is up to 300. I also have this lens right here. This is a Canon 12mm lens, f2.0, but this is for a micro four thirds sensor because that's what I needed for this camera. Now I kind of wish I would have gone for maybe the EF one and adapted it to this. That way I had an EF 12mm, but yeah, so, and at 12mm on a micro four thirds, that's 2 times crop, so that's still a 24mm equivalence, which is what this other lens is. But this is the Blackmagic micro cinema camera. This is what I use for a lot of professional shoots, and this is my go-to lens for that because it can be wide. It's got a fast aperture at 2.0, and it's small enough that it adapts really easily onto here. I have a EF to micro four thirds adapter as well that I can put my EF lenses on, but I've got a couple other lenses that if I'm doing that I use. But that's that camera. Maybe I'll show you more with this setup another time. That's not what this one's about. But like I said, I sold the 17 to 55mm EF-S lens. It's gone. Like I said, I'm looking for another lens here and maybe another lens for the SL2, something lighter and easier to use there. But that's kind of where I'm at now. If you've got any suggestions for me on lens choices, leave them down in the comments. If you've got any other questions on lenses, on cameras, whatever, let me know as well, and maybe I'll answer them in a future vlog or answer your question down in the comments. But yeah, I'm really excited about getting another lens. This beast has been doing really well for me. I've got a couple of videos out that I've shot solely on this thing, and I really like the quality. Been toying around with the idea. I have a matte box that more goes for this, but being able to hook a rod system up to this and have a matte box with drop-in filters instead of the screw-on filters, I don't know if I'm going to go through all that for YouTube videos or not, but if I do, I'll show you the whole setup, and we'll make a vlog out of that too. So that's all I got for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I know these vlogs have kind of been hit and miss and kind of sporadic, but that's kind of my life. So I hope you guys are enjoying. Thank you for all the views. We've been doing pretty good on views, so I'm happy for that. Thank you guys, and continue watching. Subscribe, like, comment. See you later.